Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Alisa Sladzinska, and I work for the City of Chicago Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection, BACP. Welcome to the BACP Business Education Workshop Webinar Series. We have adapted our regular business education workshops at City Hall into these webinars until further notice. On behalf of our Commissioner, Rosa Scarino, I want to inform you that business licenses can be processed online where applicable by visiting chicagobusinessdirect.org. And any websites or emails that I mention will be posted in the chat box, so you'll be able to reference them. If you are part of the BACP Entrepreneur Certificate Program, you can get credit for joining this webinar by sending an email to bacpoutreach@cityofchicago.org. If you want to learn about the program, please visit chicago.gov/business education. To help guide your business and employees during Chicago's reopening process, including the recent updated guidelines, please visit chicago.gov/reopening. Also, BACP and the City of Chicago's Office of Emergency Management and Communications created Shy Biz emergency alerts. You can opt in to receive targeted emergency alerts for the business community. If you are interested, please visit chicago.gov/shy-biz-alerts. And we encourage attendees to ask questions. Please use the chat box and send your questions to all panelists. We will have a question and answer session at the end of the presentation. And today's webinar will be Resources for the Small Business Owner, presented by ChiBizHub. Welcome, Kendra Thomas and Jasmine Garcia with ChiBizHub.
Thank you so much, Eliza, for that warm introduction. We really appreciate all of the love that you are showing us today. Again, my name is Kendra Thomas, and I am one half of ChiBizHub. ChiBizHub is the premier online platform for entrepreneurs and business owners. So I see we have a lot of participants that are joining us, and we would just like to say welcome. Thank you so much for starting off your Friday with us. We are so grateful that you are logged in to learn more about resources that will help you grow, start, and scale your business. I would like to turn it over to my colleague, Jasmine, to share some welcomes as well.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jasmine Garcia. I am the other half of ChiBizHub as well. We're really excited to be here today because we have really exciting new tools on ChiBizHub, and we want to make sure that we show you exactly how to use them. We also have a really exciting business owner and business resource provider that's on the hub. We're at nearly 175 business resource providers on the hub. So really, everything's available here for you. We're really excited to be here, and thank you for having me.
Thank you all. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the presentation. Thank you so much for your patience. And so Jasmine and I have already provided our introductions to you. And now we really want to talk about, again, what is ChiBizHub? So for some of you, this may be your first time learning about the platform. So ChiBizHub is a new initiative of World Business Chicago. ChiBizHub actually launched last year, April 2019. And when the platform was launched, this platform was designed for the small business owner, entrepreneur, to have access to online resources that would help them start, grow, and scale their business. To date, as Jasmine mentioned, we have approximately 171, so almost 175 business resource providers that are in your neighborhoods, that are in your communities, that are able to help you with business planning, marketing. Actually, we have micro lenders listed as well that can help you with financial assistance. We have great co-working spaces that are available as well. So one of the things that Shy Biz Hub has definitely spent more time on during COVID-19 is our social media presence. So if you have not, or if you are on your phones now, please go ahead and definitely like our page. We're at Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as Twitter. If you are visiting those social media platforms, you will find the most up-to-date information on workshops and webinars. And so what we do is we share that information out to ensure that you all are able to know what is happening and what is going on that can help you with your businesses. To date, we have close to 24,000 visitors that have visited our website, and we have nearly 5,000 website searches since last year. A new and improved resource that we have added to our page, our Shy Biz Hub page as of this year, March 2020, is a COVID-19 resource page. So if you are a business owner and you are looking for webinars that can help you with different topics, for example, on business planning, on how to make your business bankable, on what is the difference between personal and business credit, we definitely encourage you to visit our COVID-19 resource page for that information. We also have information in regards to what financial resources are available to you all. So we know that many people during this time, unfortunately, have had to either close their businesses or have had to reduce the number of hours. So we want you to know about what financial resources are available to you through loans as well as grants. And then another great component of our website is that we send out a monthly newsletter as well as weekly e-blasts. And we have the ability to send that to you if you sign up with us for our newsletter. So if you have not had an opportunity to do that, we definitely encourage you. We want you to get the news and great information that we send out every week. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn it over to Jasmine.
All right. I also wanted to add something really cool if you sign up for our newsletter is that we've been sending bi-weekly e-blasts. And the reason that we've been doing this is because we noticed, for example, that over 60% of our active clients were looking for funding resources, right? So we're like, hey, you know what? Let's make it easier for them. And bi-weekly, first we were doing it weekly, at the height of COVID, but now we switched over to bi-weekly. And we send you a rundown of all the funding opportunities you can possibly think of, city, state, federal, private, everything. So stay tuned for that. I definitely encourage you if you want to get that kind of digest in the morning, which I'm sure you do because you're a small business owner, sign up. So moving forward to the exciting new tool that ChiBizHub has. So again, this was connected to seeing, we like to meet the small business owner where they're at. We really pride ourselves in making sure that we listen to our community whenever they ask us for help, right? And so a lot of what folks were coming to us about was, again, capital, access to capital. And something that we noticed, right, when you go into the traditional kind of lending process, sometimes, you'll connect with someone and you can do this, right? Originally through ChiBizHub, you can go through the resource navigator and there you'll put resources for capital, and then it'll give you a list of resources and like Acción, Summer Core, Kiva, all of these resource partners pop up, right? And there are times where you can do all of those forms, but then you can still get to the lender and you can still probably get that no. So we're like, okay, how can we make this more simple? We added Connect to Capital. And it's an innovative network, right, that brings all the small business owners together with fair lenders and partner banks. And what this does, it has a series of questions, just a couple of them, that gets you to that yes or no quicker. So you don't even have to waste your time and go to that meeting or have that phone call. You will have all of those questions available to you immediately as soon as you start using this tool. And then it'll tell you there, yes, you qualify, no, you don't qualify. And it'll help you if you don't qualify, it'll help you connect you to ways that you can. And so that's kind of what makes it different. That's kind of what it is. I want to share with you quickly what it looks like on ChiBizHub, right? So you go on ChiBizHub.com. This is what it looks like. /connect to capital, right? And you can see it here. I'm hovering over it. Next to resources, it has its own little tab. So you just click on there and you see a bit of a run through on what, Connect to Capital is, the steps. We're actually in the process of also having this translated into Spanish. So stay tuned for that. We're really making sure that we get that translated. And we're also working on a couple languages for our Asian community. So please also stay tuned for that. But this is what it looks like. And you'll see here, it'll start the questioning in this bar where it says, "Hi, I'm Lisa. How can I help you?" And you insert the loan amount and it'll take you through there with a series of questions. I know my colleague Kendra has a couple of comments. She's played a lot with this tool. So she can tell you a little bit more about how that tool kind of works in terms of helping you as an entrepreneur, small business owner.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. So Jasmine, you are correct. When you are a small business owner and you are asking for money, you have to shift your mindset. And so what we love about Connect to Capital is the questions that they will ask you step by step. So one of the first questions that you actually saw when Jasmine had the website open was, how much money are you interested in borrowing? Some of the other questions that you'll see after that is, what phase of the business are you in? And so we know that we have a lot of people that are actually startups. So when you think about that, if you're not a startup, knowing what stage are you in your business? Another great question that we definitely want to ensure that you all are aware of is, do you have a business plan? And so we come across this all the time when we talk with entrepreneurs and business owners. Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan written out with all of your ideas? And if you're asking someone for money, they want to know, in 3 years, where do you see your business? In 5 years, where do you see your business? Are you looking to just expand in other communities in Chicago? Are you looking to expand outside of Chicago and go to other states? So really getting you in the mindset of, what is your plan? Another question that will be asked when you go through the questions is, what is your credit score? I know, sad face sometimes, happy face for some people. We really want you all to take time to identify that. So Jasmine and I recently led a webinar around what is the difference between personal and business credit. And so if you don't know what's on your credit report, how are you actually going to move forward with getting that information taken off if there's something that shouldn't be on there? And we really want you to know that, because when you're asking for money again from a lender, or if you're going to a bank, they want to know what your credit score is. They want to know if you're worthy to receive this $5,000, $20,000, $25,000. So we really want you to take a look at those questions, because even outside of Connect to Capital being a great resource that, has lenders across the nation, the questions that they have strategically selected on that particular platform will help you during your business planning as well. And so now what I would like to do is shift a little bit and talk a little bit about our representation. So what is a BRP? A BRP is a business resource provider. And so a business resource provider is not an uncommon term. You may have not had an opportunity to learn about who is in your community and who can help you. So the largest representation that we have on Shy Biz Hub are chambers of commerce. So chambers of commerce are there to help you. They are there to serve. Some of them are membership organizations, but that is the largest representation that we have on Shy Biz Hub. And so to name a few, we have the LGBT Chamber of Commerce. We have the Greater Inglewood Chamber of Commerce, Development Corporation. We have Teamwork Inglewood. So these are organizations that are in your community, just to name a few, that are there to help you. The next piece I wanted to just talk about a little bit is accelerators and incubators. So Jasmine and I are seeing these, it is an explosion of accelerators, incubators, and co-working spaces. And so I know that we are experiencing this as well. We've been at home for months. We have not had the opportunity to connect with friends, family, even some of our clients and customers. So there are, again, co-working spaces, incubators that are available throughout the city that you can actually go in, talk to, and they would love to have you rent space from them. So if you're looking for a place where you're able to do some of your videos, or if things change and we see that there is a decrease in COVID-19 cases and positivity rates go down. And when we meet in person, you want to have that conference room that you can go in and have meetings at. And so these are really great places that allow a lot of our entrepreneurs and business owners that are connected with us to even make some of their cool designs. So we know people that are able to make some of their jewelry, make some of their clothes, and house those items. So we are really excited about that. And then another piece that we wanted to just briefly touch upon as well is when you think about workforce development. So we do have a workforce development agency listed on Shy Biz Hub as well. We know that a lot of people are in that, tripreneur phase. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur because unfortunately I may have been laid off of my job, but I'm not really in a place of where I'm ready to totally leave the workforce. So we have workforce development agencies. So one of them is Cook Workforce Development, and they are listed there. And we want to make sure that people have resources to still connect to employment opportunities during these times. So we are super excited and grateful that all of the BRPs that we have listed are still open, still able to serve the client base, and are really flourishing during this time. They're coming up with innovative ways to continue to reach the business community. And so now I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Jasmine. She has an exciting surprise to share with you all.
Yes, I do. I hope you all were able kind of to digest all that information. I know sometimes Kendra and I will be like, BRP here, BRP there. And people are like, what are BRPs? We've now explained it to you. I mean, actually, even BACP is a BRP on ChiBizHub. I mean, all of these resources, we just wanted to make sure that you had a one-stop shop, right? Being an entrepreneur, being a small business owner, it's an overwhelming process. And you don't, there's just so many things out there. I mean, we just mentioned to you that we have, nearly 175 BRPs on the hub, and we're growing. So that just goes to show how many tools are out there for you. But we're like, you know what? Again, meet the small business owner, meet the entrepreneur where they're at. Let's get everything in one central resource for them. And so on that note, we actually have an exciting guest joining us today that are going to share with you a little bit about what it's like to use ChiBizHub. It's a small business owner and a BRP on the hub, which is 2112. And 2112, just to give you a little bit of background, is Chicago's first incubator focused on the development of business and entrepreneurs in the film, music, video, and creative technology industries. I personally visited this spot myself. It is incredible. It's a huge one. They're super compliant with COVID restrictions. And so they're a great spot to know. And they have an incredible network as well. So you definitely need to check them out. And they're here today to speak to you a little bit about what it's like to be on ChiBizHub. And then we also have a small business owner, which is a Nopalito Delivery, a delivery service based out here in Chicago that serves the Chicagoland area, predominantly in the south and west sides, right? So we all know a lot of the other delivery service platforms weren't being all too kind with the cost of the small businesses, right? And so here you have a Nopalito Delivery that's trying to serve the south and west sides, the small businesses, the local artists, the local entrepreneurs. Without further ado, I know we have them here. I feel like they were recently unmuted and their camera should be on. So they can go ahead and talk to you a little bit about what it's like to use ChiBizHub. So and Mara, kicking it off to you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maura. I'm the community manager here at 2112. And Jasmine gave a great kind of overview of what we do here at 2112. We're primarily an incubator plus a co-working space. And we house, so many businesses within the creative industries who all kind of feed off of each other, which is a really exciting place to be. We also have another component. It's called Center for Creative Entrepreneurship, and that's kind of like our educational programming component, and it's a not-for-profit arm that really focuses on the workforce development arm. So we sort of work together with that entity to give our members everything they need in terms of resources. And we joined ChiBizHub in March. That was actually before I was on the team. But I've only heard amazing things about our relationship, and it's really proven kind of to be this strategic relationship where we can get better insight into the small business landscape in Chicago, and they kind of, give us leads on new members like Mila here, which is really, really exciting for us, especially in a time like this when, growth for businesses is not, common. We've seen new members join, which is super, super exciting. And yeah, I mean, it's really just been a mutually beneficial partnership for us to belong to ChiBizHub, and it's been really, really. And I'll let Mila talk a little bit about, her business and how she kind of came to 2112 and what we're looking to do together.
Hi, everyone. This is Mila. I am the CEO and founder of Nopalito Delivery and Nopalito Creatives. I was connected to Shy Biz Hub through Jasmine. I'm sorry. And it's been an amazing resource for all things financial, pitch deck related. They were able to connect me with this wonderful incubator. I viewed a couple, and 2112 just blew my mind. They have an awesome culture. They have awesome resources. To connect with them in the morning, I remember, and I had a meeting set up by the afternoon, and by the end of the week, I was onboarded. Like the speed in which I'm able to receive all of my resources, that is amazing, and I've learned so much in the last month of working with Shy Biz Hub.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mila, and thank you so much, Mara, for joining us very briefly. I hope all of you small business owners and entrepreneurs were able to really digest this information, right? I feel like sometimes a lot of these resources come off as some weird commercial, right? Like, oh no, nobody really uses this. Nobody really takes advantage, right? That's not true. Right here, you have an example of a business owner that got connected on ChiBizHub to an incubator. And then again, focusing on the expediency of this, a lot of that, during COVID, right? Some folks were like, oh, my emails aren't getting answered, or can you give me the direct email to a person on X, Y, and Z? Well, on ChiBizHub, what's really neat about our resource navigator is that for the small business owner, as soon as they click, hey, I'm looking for incubators. Hey, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. When you hit the referral button, it takes you directly to their email. And what's better yet, ChiBizHub, aka me and Kendra, get an alert on the back end that, hey, you asked to be referred to a specific resource provider. And then that way we're able to follow up with you to ensure, hey, did they respond to you? Hey, was everything going well? What else can we help you with, right? So, I'm glad that, thank you again, Mila and Mara, for joining us today and sharing that brief testimonial of just your experience with ChiBizHub. We're going to go ahead and move forward with the rest of our presentation. Let's see. All right, something else we wanted to share with you all as small business owners is that ChiBizHub has really been intentional, again, about meeting the small business owner where they are at. Very similarly to everyone, we had to pivot. We wanted to make sure that the resources were out there for our small business community, similarly to BACP, right? Which is why we partner a lot with them with these webinars. And so ChiBizHub has also been creating their own webinars, which are called ChiBizHub Conversations. What's also super neat about our webinars is that they have been provided in English and in Spanish. If you haven't done so already, I encourage you to follow us on Chicago Business Hub on YouTube, where you see all the content we have been creating since March. I want to say, Kendra, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we're up to 25 conversations that we've already hosted in the last couple of months, if not more. And just a little bit of background on what these conversations are, right? We focus on the basics of insurance. We focus on business, like Kendra said, business credit versus personal credit. How and what to include in your business plan, again, in English and in Spanish. And we also talked a little bit about, best practices for a virtual event. Everybody had to turn in virtual, right? For the small business owners, how do you want to keep your clients still intact with what it is your product or your service is? Well, we give you the best practices for hosting this virtual event so you can get your customers still plugged in. And then also we talked a little bit about fundraising during the era of COVID. So we mentioned to you all, right, we have business resource providers on the hub. So we also try to create content for them. And for them, it's very important sometimes to fundraise. It's also very important for some of the small businesses to fundraise during this time because, as you all know, it's been a little bit difficult on the capital end, right? So that's just a little bit of an example of, you know, how, again, we've been trying to meet the small business owner where they're at, and creating more content. We will continue to do this throughout the next year, partnering, you know, monthly with BACP. So just stay tuned for that, and make sure, like I said, to follow us on Chicago Business Hub so you can get the alerts when the next video is available, or follow us again on our social media where you'll get real up-to-date information on all of the content that we'll be putting out. Sorry, I'm switching the slide. Another exciting thing that ChiBizHub has been working on. So again, meeting the small business owner where they're at. We wanted to create, okay, we have these webinars, they're educational content. They cover very dense and heavy topics, right? But how can we get creative in a space where they can all learn together, where they can network with one another, where we can have someone that's, you know, public figure, or someone that's, you know, has their own business that is doing anything in any way, shape, or form, trying to help out the small business owner or entrepreneur grow their business. And so we thought, hey, abriendo puertas, opening doors. That's what ChiBizHub does. We open doors for our small business community to the city business resource providers and information and support. What's the twist about this is that when you join this kind of virtual event and this platform, there's a huge networking component where you all, again, are able to learn with one another. We recently hosted our first Abriendo Puertas Opening Doors event with BuzzFeed Studios founder and CEO of Hype Media House, Eli Vasquez, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, right? And he walked folks down through like marketing plans, how you can grow your business 10 to 30% just using social media. I mean, this guy on one Instagram story made over $1,000. I'm sure all of you want to learn how to do that, right? We're actually going to be sharing the link to that video very soon. But that's just an example of what we try to do with these Abriendo Puertas and Opening Doors events. Again, you can find more information on our chibizhub.com/COVID-19 support page, where all of this information lives, and also on our YouTube channel. We also upload all of these videos to Facebook. So there's just plenty of different resources where you can find everything ChiBizHub is working on. And it's all with you in mind, the small business owner and entrepreneur of the Chicagoland area. All right, so I know we've thrown a lot at you. Kendra, please chime in if I forgot anything, but I wanted to make sure to give you all the information, you know, how you can get in touch with us, how you can contact us. Here's our personal emails for Kendra and myself, and also the info@chibizhub.com email, where we also check that one regularly, and all of our social media pages to follow us. Unless Kendra has anything else to add, I'm pretty sure we are opening it up for questions.
Yes, please visit the Shy Biz Hub platform at www.chibizhub.com. We want to see you on the platform searching for resource providers. They are available.
Awesome. And I know, so I'm going to start going, I know we had some questions that were given to us. Sorry, I don't know if Lisa or Geraldine were going on first.
Oh, it's Elisa back on. I did see the questions come in if you want me to read them to you, or if you have a few final tips you want to share.
No, I think we're good to go. If you can read off the questions.
Sure. So first question is, do you have a web source to walk you through how to apply for an LLC? So can you talk maybe a little bit about resources for incorporation?
Thank you so much, Eliza, for that question. So I know we did a webinar, Jasmine and I, and we had phenomenal panelists that were on there with us. We had Tamora Hughes from Greater Englewood, CDC, as well as Daryl Newell. And the topic of the webinar was how to make your business bankable. During that presentation, there was an overview of several things that a business owner actually should do to ensure that their business is bankable. And so we touched upon, if you're an LLC, which paperwork you should have, even down to opening up the bank account, even down to your team. having someone in marketing, having an attorney, or having a actual banker. And so that information is actually on YouTube, or you can go to our Shy Biz Hub page. So www.ChiBizHub /COVID-19 support. And you want to take a look at the webinar that says how to make your business bankable. That's a great start. Jasmine, did you have any other?
Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. Yeah, I was just going to add to, I mean, if I'm not positive if this is from a small business owner or an entrepreneur that's asking this question, but I think going back to our resource navigator, right, you're asking questions about licensing, how to get your business kind of together. And I want to definitely stress that, you know, your local chambers of commerce, your small business development centers, all of those, again, already listed on ChiBizHub, and actually having the 77 neighborhoods in mind. So you put in your zip code and you ask them, hey, I'm looking for licensing, or hey, I'm looking on how to, because these are all aspects too of your business plan, right? Or again, how to make your business bankable, which includes a financial plan that should be in your business plan. All of that information, again, we know it's overwhelming, but definitely want to stress that, like, that's why the chambers of commerce are there. They have business resource managers as well. They have small business advisors. The business development organizations also are there. So all of those at no cost to you. For most of them, I know some chambers do have a membership fee. So that's some of them. And it will tell you on there if it does have a membership fee. But if it does not, they will help you out. And especially right now during COVID, there's some of them that will actually even help you out if you're not in their like vicinity or in their area. Like I know, for example, like Little Village Chamber of Commerce, like anyone who reaches out to them, they'll help them out with their business plan or whatever they need in terms of licensing. So just wanted to like stress that when you go on ChiBizHub.com, you go to find a resource, you hit the resource navigator, you put in your zip code, you put in exactly what you're looking for. You're going to get a list of hundreds of resources that are available to you in your vicinity, in your proximity, in your radius. So you don't even have to leave. And a lot of them, right, because of COVID, are doing a lot of things virtually. So check that out. That's also a great resource aside from, you know, the webinar that Kendra mentioned. Thank you.
Okay, thank you both. And I just want to mention that if you do have any questions, to just post them in the chat box and send them to all panelists. Another question came in of, what are the fees for working with incubators?
That's a really good question. Thank you. So it actually depends on the incubator. I know that there are some incubators that range from depending, and this is, mind you, some of the incubators around the Chicagoland area are right now specifically creating bundles. So it's not even just you being part of the incubator where you have a space to work in, right? But they'll include in this bundle, like, are you a woman-owned business? Do you need a financial plan or a pitch deck? Do you need X, Y, and Z? This will be included in it. So it can range from, I know, for an annual fee of like 1K to 2K, and it includes all of this information, right? And again, you can go on the resource navigator and ask all of these questions specific to that incubator. Or there are some incubators like the one we actually had earlier today, where they do month to month, and they also include all of these different bundles. And the month to month, I think, ranges from like $250 a month or so. That's not an exact number, but that's a range that I'm giving you right now. So it really does depend, again, on the area that you're looking, what exactly you're looking for. Because even going back to the comment about the bundles, some of these bundles also include like specific one-on-one mentorship support. So you're not just getting the space of like, hey, I have my either my desk area, or I have an office, because some of them offer offices, right? Some of them offer like not only the office, but a conference room that you can use for large meetings. So there's a lot of different things that are included in the price for the incubators. I encourage you again to go to our resource navigator, check out, we have hundreds of incubators on there. And then again, if you have any more specific questions, shoot an email to me and Kendra about like a specific incubator that you found, and we can help you along with that process. Because I know, you know, the prices just vary, and I don't want to give an exact number, but those are just the ranges.
Great, thank you for that overview. A couple questions came in on the topic of business plans. And since they're similar, I'm going to read both of them. First question is, are there any free business plan writing courses? And then another person is looking for funding and has been asked to present a business plan. So can you talk about resources for business plans?
Absolutely. So that is a very, very great question. We get that question very frequently in regards to business planning. So it's so funny that they brought that question up because Jasmine and I did another webinar, and it was around how do you create an effective business plan? And again, we had industry experts. So we had Ms. Stacy Pitts-Codwell from the Chicagoland Chamber of Commerce, as well as we had Erica from Greater Southwest Development Corporation. And then we also had Diane Burnham from the SECC. And so with that being said, similar to what Jasmine mentioned, it really is about finding the organization that is best for you and based upon what your actual business is. So if you go to Shy Biz Hub and you go to find a resource, there are filters that are listed there. One of them is business planning. So if you select business planning, and let's say you want a location that will be near your home, you can put in your zip code and you can filter from, I believe, 5 to almost 100 miles out to find organizations that are in that radius. And so once you find those organizations, you can contact them via the web, or you can reach out to them directly. We really encourage you to reach out to them via the ChiBizHub platform so that we can definitely be your support system and ensuring that someone will contact you back and getting a business coach or someone from that organization to help you with your business plan. And then if you visit our ChiBizHub website, we also have a section listed there that says calendar and events. If you visit our calendar and events section, there are tons of webinars. They are totally free, and they are hosted by the business resource providers. So we have those actual providers that are putting the free webinars. There have been tons on how to create business plans and tons on funding. So we really encourage you to visit that actual section to see what's taking place. Jasmine and I ensure that it's updated monthly. Now, if going to the website is not something that you're able to do, and let's say you're on social media, please take a look at our social media pages on LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as Instagram, because we post there all of the free workshops and webinars that are being listed by our business resource providers. And you will be able to see what business planning is being offered. Similar to the Connect to Capital section with all of the questions, really start to draft out and put yourself in the mind frame of, if someone asked me for $10,000 or $20,000 to help their business, what questions would I ask them? So we encourage you to wear that hat, because that will help you when you're asking others for money and what should be in your business plan. What's the name of your business? Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? And then also, what's your marketing plan? How are you going to advertise your product? Because remember, we've seen a lot of things change in the last 6 to 9 months. Will things be going back to the traditional way that we think of them with face-to-face interaction with our customers? Are you looking at how you can pivot your business and do a lot of things online? So those are just a few tips.
If I can add to that real quick, so specific to the free business plan writing courses. So I would kind of challenge you to think of writing a business plan. I don't think necessarily requires writing training or anything like that, right? Like there's very different components. It is a proposal at the end of the day, right? But the way you break down the writing is very different. I want to also emphasize that ChiBizHub's business resource providers are very intentionally at this phase, at this stage at where ChiBizHub is, nonprofit organizations, or again, chambers of commerce, business development centers, all of those in some capacity offer free resources. So we talked about the incubator having some membership fees, right? Yes, they have membership fees, but that doesn't mean if you connect with them like right now and ask them for some help, some of them will actually give you free help for free. So again, if you're having questions about how to write your business plan, your local chamber of commerce, not all of them, some of them, yes, like for, I think like deluxe, like services more or less, will charge you, but they will get you started on what it means to write, again, a business plan. I know, for example, referencing the webinar that Kendra talked about, within that webinar, I remember distinctly Erica mentioning the membership that comes with the Greater Southwest Development Corporation. They work closely with, I believe it's like Life Plan, and that helps you, that gives you a template to create your business plan and what to include in there. So that's a resourceful tool. And then they also gave, I want to say like 5 or so different ones, right, Kendra, of websites that, again, give you templates. And I mean, it could be at low cost from like $1 to like 15, or again, or it comes with the membership. What is it called, as part of these chambers of commerce, or again, because it's COVID, a lot of these chambers or a lot of these organizations, they're just not even like charging you for it, and they're having their business advisors just help you develop this plan, right? So I just want to make sure that, you know, we make it distinct that there's not necessarily writing planning courses, but there are like, how do you construct different sections of your business writing plan? Like, what is a business plan anyway? That type of thing, right? So yeah, just talking about the business plan. I'm not sure if we already discussed the next questions, Elisa, about Chicagoland area. I don't know if I could jump real quick to that.
We have not, but that is a perfect segue. A couple questions came in, whether these resources are only for City of Chicago businesses or suburbs and anywhere in Illinois. So if you want to touch on that.
That's a great question. Thank you. Yes. So there is an overwhelming number of business resource providers, specifically in the Chicago area. We do partner with, right, like the Illinois DCEO office, which is a state office that also is creating a lot of content and webinars for the small business owner. For example, right now, the big grants that are given at the state level, like they're doing a bunch of workshops. They're also available to give you technical assistance to fill out these grants. So, and again, that applies Illinois wide. So that is a service that's on ChiBizHub. That is a service that's available through contacting me and Kendra, or again, following our social media pages. I mean, just recently we actually did it was like a 10-minute video just walking people through like, what are the big grants? What makes you eligible for them? How can you apply to them? It was bilingual. Again, 10 minutes, just giving you the nitty gritty of like, this is what you need to know. So that's just one example of a state resource that we have on there that, again, applies to everyone in the Illinois area. I think as ChiBizHub continues to grow, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Kendra, we will expand a lot more to the suburbs, but I know we're still kind of, it is a lot more centrally focused to the, you know, Chicago area.
No, you are correct, Jasmine. And so that's a really great question. Now, because a lot of the resources are in Chicago, that doesn't mean that we don't have entrepreneurs and business owners that live in the suburbs that have connected with those resources. So another great example is SCORE Chicago. The new president, Hannah Fernandez, is phenomenal. And SCORE actually has locations in Chicago and in surrounding suburbs, but they have a great network of mentors, and they do have a lot of people that stay outside of the Chicago area that live in surrounding suburbs that come to them because they provide one-on-one support. They are consistently, every month they do now online webinars. So there are a large number of people that do actually come to our platform that don't live in the city of Chicago to receive the resources that are available.
Kendra, and I'm so glad you mentioned SCORE. So BACP actually partners with several organizations, and normally we offer one-on-one business counseling over in the Small Business Center. Currently, City Hall is closed to the public, but SCORE Chicago is one of our partners, and they are doing certain virtual one-on-one counseling. And we also partner with Women's Business Development Center, Acción, and formerly Community Law Project, and I believe it's Committee on Civil Rights was the name change, but I'll post all of those resources over in the chat box so you guys can look them up for information on what Kendra and Jasmine have been talking about. And then moving on to the next question. Let's see. Can you talk a little bit maybe about financing options available, whether it's grants or loans, whether it's partners with ChiBizHub or different resources and networks for financing?
That is a really great question. And during these unprecedented times, of course, people are consistently asking about financing. And so I know Jasmine mentioned a few of our micro lenders that are listed earlier in the presentation that are on ChiBizHub. So one of them, of course, is Axiom. The other is Kiva. And then, of course, our newest resource that we have available is Connect to Capital. And so outside of that, now these are lending. When we think about grants, there are several grants that are available. So Jasmine mentioned one, which is the big grant. We recently did a video with Diana from the Illinois Department of Economic Opportunity. She is the Latina Business Manager. And we want to ensure that people know about these resources. Now, one thing that I want everyone to be aware of is that when you are looking for financing, don't be afraid. Take a look in the mirror and really say, what do I need to do to become prepared to receive the financing that I'm asking for? And so one thing that Jasmine and I have come across is that paperwork is king. So please take the time to ensure that your taxes are filed. Do you have accurate accounting? I know this is a very scary process for some people. It has been for me because we have to take a look at ourselves and what we're doing. So you have to track what you've been doing over the course of this last year or whenever you started your business. Do you have an accountant? Do you have a bookkeeper that you can rely on to help you with those things? Because we find that with a lot of even grants, we have a lot of people that have offered grants this year, and they will ask, do you have your business license? Have you filed taxes for 2019 or 2018? And unfortunately, we've come across a lot of situations where people have not done those things. If you haven't, it's okay. Please start researching accountants, start researching bankers that can help you get your finances in order to become prepared to receive the financial opportunities that are available.
Jasmine, I wasn't sure if you have something to add to that.
Yeah, thank you. So just going back to reiterate, sign up for our newsletter because a lot of us, right, either you're just looking like for 5K or 1K quickly and just to get your business started. There are a couple of specifically, like I know I've run just in the last week, like women owned grants, and we put all of that like in the bi-weekly e-blast that we send out. I mean, we generally have 5 to 10 different opportunities that are either funded by foundations or corporations that again are giving that like seed funding for either women entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs of color, you name it. I mean, it runs the gamut, but again, just want to definitely emphasize that in those e-blasts, you see a collection of different, like, or a digest of different funding opportunities that don't have to be, what is it called? Oh my gosh, I'm like mixing my words, but they don't have to come from a lender or you don't have to borrow that money. It is grants. And so they're free money, right? So definitely look out for that in the digest in the e-blast.
Great, thank you. And in the beginning of your presentation, you guys talked a little bit about what ChiBizHub actually is. And we did have a question about how BACP and ChiBizHub work together. So if you guys can talk about our partnership together, World Business Chicago a little bit, just to give people an overview again of the work that you guys do.
Thank you. That's a really great question. I mean, and we get this a lot too. They're like, so what distinguishes you from BACP and ChiBizHub and how does this all work, right? Well, I mentioned a little bit earlier too, like BACP is considered a business resource provider on ChiBizHub, right? They help you all with your licensing. They also provide all this educational content. They make sure you're in line with everything that is needed to be an established business on in the city of Chicago, right? So then therefore, when you talk about ChiBizHub and what ChiBizHub is, we're a free, because I also want to tackle this other question about, is there a membership fee to join ChiBizHub? There is not. ChiBizHub is free, no cost to use this platform. It is all with you in mind. Again, we already know you're paying for, membership fees here, membership fees over there, but no, ChiBizHub is currently, and I'm pretty sure will be, free for as long as we have it. And so again, ChiBizHub is an initiative of World Business Chicago. World Business Chicago, just to give you a little bit of background, right, and add a little bit to our presentation earlier today, it is the economic development agency of the city of Chicago. So when you talk about any headquarters, organizations trying to come out and build their businesses here in Chicago, they go to WBC. We help them work procurement. We help them with finding their location for their business. We help them with the workforce analysis. Like, do you have the workforce that is needed for my business to grow there, right? All of the resources that you need for your businesses, international or national, that is what WBC is for. Now, Kendra and I, representing ChiBizHub, we work in our neighborhoods and strategic initiatives department, and that specifically focuses on in the neighborhoods, right? And so we know we have a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of different small business owners that need, again, one central resource for all of these resources that you need, again, to start, grow, or scale your business. And so, again, we have BACP listed as a resource there. We know, again, because BACP, like if you want to get, established and be right with the city and get all of that paperwork done, BACP is there, and we're partnering with them to ensure, that's a huge audience there. ChiBizHub right now is proud to announce that we have a little bit over 1,000 business owners and entrepreneurs that are registered on the hub as active clients that constantly get resources or assistance from us, right? And so that just, it runs the reach. We all know Chicago is very big, very, very big. When you get to the nitty gritty, I feel like every little neighborhood is also, their own little city in their own. And so we want to make sure that we try to break down all of that information as much as possible. And that's what the Resource Navigator is for. So I hope I gave you a little bit of a rundown, what is World Business Chicago at large? Again, helping out international and national businesses, just like come here to Chicago and, grow their businesses, scale them. And then there is ChiBizHub, that is an initiative of World Business Chicago, working alongside, BACP, that is part of the city, and really just partnering so we can, all of the resources, we can have them in one central location for you, the small business owner. And so to even expand a little bit more on, what it looks like in the next year, BACP and ChiBizHub is working together to create content for you in mind on a monthly basis. So you can, again, have all of the resources at your disposal. I want to emphasize again, it's at no cost to join ChiBizHub. It is for free. You can navigate the resource sites for free. You can send an email to Kendra or myself. We do not mind. It is literally our job to get on the phone with you, connect with you, help you navigate the resource that's on there. So please do not hesitate to contact us. I see a question real quick, just because it's relevant, about joining ChiBizHub on your phone. So the way you join is by signing up, and I can actually, let me take you through, since I have the screen here to show you a little bit. Here you are. I hope everyone sees this. You can join ChiBizHub right here, sign up. And you scroll down. So stay informed. You put your company name, the last name, email and phone if you'd like, and submit, and you are officially an active client of ChiBizHub. I can also show my, since I'm on camera right now, give me 1 second. I want to see. You can maybe see this. Yes. You can see my phone, and I have an iPhone. I'm not sure if the person that is asking is on the phone, but if you press the, you scroll down here, you can see right here the link to also join, and it takes you to the same, oh, sorry, the lighting, I'm trying to get it. I hope someone can see this. But you can see the same site that I'm showing you on the screen right now. And again, if you have any questions, please, or any technical difficulties, Kendra and I can make sure to help you out, and send us an email. I'm going to put it on the chat bar right now. so we can troubleshoot this for you if you have any more issues.
Great. Thank you, Jasmine, for that demonstration. And then we do see several questions coming in about licensing. As I mentioned in the beginning, City Hall is closed to the public. However, we are still processing business licenses. So if you go to chicagobusinessdirect.org, there's actually a contact option on the bottom of the webpage where there's our phone number and an email address. So if you have any questions about licensing, we can still help you figure out which license for your business. And I did put that website in the chat box as well. A question about helping fill out the PPP forgiveness loan. So do you guys offer any assistance with completing grants or loans?
That is a really great question, Eliza. And so Shy Biz Hub, we actually don't do the technical assistance piece with helping the entrepreneur or small business owner complete the application. What we would like to do is connect them with an organization that can help them be successful in actually getting the loan or the grant. And so again, it really goes back to what organizations are available in that particular entrepreneur's community. They can search that on our website. Also, we've actually partnered with other organizations on webinars. And so a really great start is, again, the COVID-19 resource page that we have available for our community on our Shy Biz Hub platform. And we do have some webinars that actually talked about the PPP, and that is going back to the specific webinar, how to make your business bankable. And so a little bit about why Jasmine and I don't provide technical assistance. So Shy Biz Hub is all about the resource providers and making sure that the resource providers are uplifted and people know about organizations that are available to help them. So even myself, when I really started, coming over and learning more about Shy Biz Hub before it launched, we did a poll. So if you go in certain communities or neighborhoods and you say, tell me about the organizations in your neighborhood that can help you start a business, how many people really know about those? And it's no fault of that entrepreneur or business owner. It's no fault of that actual organization or organizations. But how can Jasmine and I really uplift the work that they're doing and make sure that their platform is being spread across the city so people will say, wow, I know this organization can help me with marketing, or I know BACP, and sometimes people only think that it's licensing and compliance, but I hope after watching this webinar, they learn BACP does educational webinars, educational classes all the time. So that's why Jasmine and I are not doing the technical assistant piece, in case someone was wondering. I don't know if Jasmine wanted to elaborate.
Yeah, I added on the chat bar. I hope everyone can see it. But so something else ChiBizHub does, because we want to showcase the great work that our business resource providers are doing, right, is we spotlight them and we interview them on a monthly basis. And so actually for the month of September, we spotlighted the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. They were very proud to announce that they helped well over 7,000 businesses secure SBA PPP loan funds. And I know, I think it was like yesterday, right, that a new simpler form of the SBA loan form was showcased. And so they help you fill it out. Again, you don't have to be Hispanic to get assistance, technical assistance from the specific chamber. And you can get access and be connected to the specific chamber via ChiBizHub.com. So I encourage you to do that. Again, Kendra and I are here to uplift and promote all of the great work that our business resource providers are doing. We help you with the very minimum of, like, you come to us and ask questions of like, hey, there's this loan that I'm interested in applying, or this grant that I'm interested in applying. And we're like, okay, we can help you connect with the person that will go step by step and help you fill that application out. So that's kind of what our role is, and part of ChiBizHub. Oh, and I do want to note that we help promote all of the events that our business resource providers do have. So these events include, right, like, hey, do you want to get a tutorial on like how to fill out this application? I know Summer Corps recently did a webinar as well on like how to fill out their loan process. So we promote on ChiBizHub when you go to the events section of the page, we have all of the events that our 170 plus business resource providers are having, again, including the virtual ones, because there isn't a lot happening in person, right? But it's that central location for you. You can definitely receive up-to-date information on these webinars and events as well via our social media platforms. We are incredibly active there. I mean, we shared with you earlier today, we have over 1,600 followers on Instagram. That happens to be our very easy access for a lot of our entrepreneurs and small business owners. So if that's you, if Instagram is just more easily accessible for you, please don't hesitate to follow us and just send us a direct message so we can help you out that way as well.
Thank you. Let's see. Here's a slightly specific question, but I'm an owner of an entertainment company, and due to the pandemic and social distancing, this has greatly limited and narrowed my profits. I'm desiring to pivot with a 5-year business plan. What entities are best to assist me successfully pivot, but also maintain my company?
Thank you. Sorry, I'm having issues with the mute button. Immediately went to the latter half of your question. And I don't know if you've recently heard, but the city of Chicago, right, has a performing arts venue relief grants program that was recently released. And I think the deadline, it's today to apply. So you mentioned wanting to keep your original business, you want to pivot, but this I feel like is a grant specifically for you. It's due at 5 p.m. today. We can go ahead and send you more information if you send us an email to info@chibizhub.com. But yeah, it's called the Performing Arts Venue Relief Grants Program. And I know that they're giving out all grants, right, at like $10,000. They will be made in a single one-time payment. You sound like you're qualified given the venue you operate. So I definitely want to put that out there. And this is just a great example of some of the resources that ChiBizHub promotes. You know, once there's an announcement of like, hey, there's this grant that's available, we put it out there. And then, sorry, I don't know if you can repeat the first part of the question.
Just what resources are available to help pivot with the business plan?
Yeah, sure thing. So again, we were talking about the chambers of commerce, right? The business development centers, all of the small business advisors that are available in all of these locations are able to help you start pivoting your business plan. Additionally to that, I remember early on, Kendra and I, we're going to showcase again, right? Like another webinar that we had that specifically talked about how do you pivot your business, right? Like there were a lot of businesses that before, I mean, you know, you talk about the south and west sides of Chicago that operate on a cash economy, but they quickly had to learn, hey, like I need to make sure that I can have a delivery system or that I can have an Instagram page so people know about my business, right? That's just one example of how you can pivot. And so we talked a little bit about that in our webinar. And in addition, like I said, the chambers of commerce, business development centers, all of these organizations that are on ChiBizHub are readily there available to help you pivot with your business plan and change it. Because we actually also talk about in that webinar that I'm mentioning to you and in the business plan is that art of like, how often do you update your business plan? Should you update it? And this is a perfect example of, yes, you do update your business plan. And I think earlier on, someone else mentioned about like how you go on and presenting your business plan, right? And we also talk a little bit about that in the webinar. So I encourage you, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Chicago Business Hub on YouTube. You'll see all of those resources there. And if you want any more help just being navigated to, you know, all of this wealth of information, again, please shoot an email to Kendra or myself, and we're more than happy to jump on the phone, have a one-on-one conversation with you to connect to the resources specific to you.
Great, thank you. And just touching briefly on the Chicago Performing Arts Venue Relief Program, like Jasmine said, the application deadline is today at 5 p.m. Central. I did post the link for the application in the chat box. Please note that you need to have if you want to be eligible and apply, you need to be located in the city of Chicago and have a public place of amusement, a PPA license, or a music and dance license from the city of Chicago. And all other requirements and information are available on the website for applications. So head over there, at least get familiar with what the full details are on the program. A question came in about resources for online-based businesses. We've obviously seen an uptick in online retailers, people pivoting to online. So can you talk a little bit how resources may or may not differ for online businesses?
Thank you, Eliza. That is a great question. And so we have actually tackled that giant as well. And so Shy Biz Hub has actually been working with a neighborhood partner, and that partner is 37 Oaks. That's Ms. Taran Smith. And earlier on, we led an e-commerce webinar with her, and she actually invited some of her client base to join us to share their experience of how they are working and learning more about their actual platform and how to make it more attractive so that people will, again, come to their actual website. And so Taran has been doing this for several years with business owners and really getting them comfortable and confident with shifting to an e-commerce platform. So she has things like 37 Oaks University, as well as during COVID-19, she has been one of the driving influencers when we talk about different lists of businesses that are open and available for us as consumers. She's tackled that and has worked with neighborhood organizations to ensure that businesses from across the city are housed on what she calls her master business list, so that we can have that information at our hands where we can say, you know what? It says that this business is not open on Google, but if I go to this list, I'll know who's available in my community. And so one of the things that we learned from Taran and actually having that webinar with her around e-commerce is you have to know your customer base. And so this is going to take a little more research. And so because so many people are now buying things online, we've seen sales go up for Amazon, sales go up for Walmart, sales go up for Target. People have even, pivoted and they've done a lot of their shopping online now. Do you know your customers' buying and spending patterns? And do you have the actual platform and technology to handle that? So we really want to ensure that people are aware, if you are going to transition to an e-commerce platform, really having a reliable platform. Sometimes we hear feedback where people are saying, I ordered an item. When is it being shipped? I ordered an item. I didn't get tracking information. And so if you are thinking of actually transitioning to e-commerce, you want to, again, think about how you feel as a customer, how you feel as a consumer when you purchase something and you don't know if your item has been shipped. You're not aware of if it's coming, via UPS or FedEx or via the postal service. So those are some really important things that she shared on that. And again, you can visit our Shy Biz Hub COVID-19 resource page. And that is, again, with Ms. Taran Smith, and she led an e-commerce webinar with Shy Biz Hub.
Great, thank you, Kendra. A question came in, are there any resources for construction companies, specifically starting a plumbing business? So are these resources available and applicable to all industries, or are there specific categories and resources for each one?
Yeah, there is. Right now, we help out all industries that are, based here in the Chicagoland area. So you can find specific resources for construction companies. I know earlier on today, I'm blanking on the name, but earlier on this year, Kendra, please, I know you know this, we went to actually it was like a small business expo specifically for construction businesses. And I know We're connected to them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, so the Department of Procurement Services with the City of Chicago every year in February. Unfortunately, we're not sure if they're doing it next year, but that's the agency, and they are listed on Shy Biz Hub. Yes, Chicago Department of Procurement. I'll put it in the chat box as well. Oh, thank you, Eliza.
Yep, thank you so much. I did post it. It's the Department of Procurement Services. And similar to what our department does, they have transitioned to webinars. So if you go to city or chicago.gov/DPS, you can see their schedule for webinars and the assistance they're offering for working with or getting contracted with the city of Chicago, as well as getting certified as a minority women, I believe veteran also business owner. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box and just send them to all panelists. And I just want to mention one more time that the City of Chicago City Hall itself is closed to the public, but we are processing business licenses online, and I'll post the website in the chat box again so you can reference it. I don't see any additional questions coming through. Jasmine and Kendra, do you want to wrap things up and kind of give maybe some last minute or little bits of help and assistance?
Absolutely. Jasmine.
Sorry, I'm again having trouble with this muting, but yes, just wanted to say thank you, BACP, for having us today. We look forward to partnering with you in the future for these monthly webinars. Again, we're here to serve the small business owner, entrepreneur, the Chicagoland area. So with any resources that you need from the ideation stage, you're this entrepreneur and you have an idea and you want to, just get started and, get going, contact us. If you're a small business, brick and mortar, and you've already been there for a minute, but hey, you know what? COVID is here and you want to pivot, we're also here for you. So it really runs the gamut. It's not a specific industry. It's for all industries. It's for all the Chicagoland area. We're here to help you. I wanted to make sure to put up again how to follow us on social media. And then again, how to contact Kendra and myself on our personal emails, and then also on our info@ChiBizHub.com. So please, thank you again for the time. Do not hesitate to contact us. Also want to mention to you all, I also speak Spanish. So if you need any assistance in Spanish, you can feel free to call us. I will help you out. Gracias. Okay.
Yes, we are grateful that you have taken almost an hour and 45 minutes out of your day to join us. And so this really shows for the participants that have stayed on for the duration of the presentation that you are excited and that you are serious about taking your business to the next level. So we just encourage you to continue to tune in to the webinars that BACP will be offering, as well as Shy Biz Hub. And we thank you for joining us as well.
Great, thank you so much, Jasmine and Kendra, once again from Shy Biz Hub. I'm just going to echo the words of everyone and saying thank you so much. This was an absolute great resource. And we will be posting this webinar. It is being recorded, and we'll be posted over to our YouTube channel. And I'm going to post the link in the chat box, but it is youtube.com/Chicago BACP. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us, and have a good rest of your day. Thank you.